What's going on, gamers? So I don't know if you guys remember that there was some huge news going around that Microsoft wanted to shut down Obsidian Entertainment. And my response was, I don't think this was made up by Christopher Drink. I think what happens is, as usual, Microsoft is doing this and doing this. And the CEO, like I said, does not know what they want to really do. And they do a lot of talking, but the reality is always going to be something ugly behind anything they tell you when it comes to the gaming community and when it comes to Xbox. Now, a lot of people were saying that Christopher Drink was making up stuff. But the funny thing is, we have some proof that he wasn't. Yeah, we got Jeff Grubb coming in and clarifying certain things, calling Microsoft and the Xbox world a clown show, which 100% what it is. I can't take them serious. And it's about to get really ugly because when you thought that they were going to shut down 4 studios, it's about to be 7. Yeah, it's going to be that crazy. Get ready to add in Obsidian that's been talked about and Rare. Oh, yeah. Are you serious? Oh, yeah. They should have never left Nintendo. Become a member. Leave a tip down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this. So we got a clip here by Christopher Drink giving his inside takes about what he thinks is going on in the Xbox world. Now, we already know about the first 5 studios, but a lot of people were thinking, wait, outside of Arcane, which was added in as the 5th, as we know, are they going to do Obsidian? Are they going to do Doom ID, right? They actually got moved off, but that got brought up because that probably was a possibility, right? We could have had 8 here, but no, now we're adding in Obsidian, and now we're adding in who? Rare. Yeah, it gets interesting. Let's go ahead and see what he has to talk about, and disappointingly, Undead Labs. Yeah, ridiculous.
So studios such as Compulsion, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, Obsidian, Undead Labs, a few of the Bethesda studios as well, are deep in negotiation with Microsoft to avoid closure. The impact of this will have an effect across the whole business. It will reverberate across the industry. Now, there is frustration and even division within the Xbox ranks. This is particularly true on the development side, where certain studio heads feel Sharma is listening too much to consultants and analysts and not enough to the people actually building the games.
Because she's not a gamer. And she's the type that I told you about when it comes to AI. They look at numbers. They look at the AI to do things for them. She's looking for feedback to make decisions. But she's not going to go to gaming developers and those people in that building because she's not qualified to do that type of stuff. But the funny thing is that that's the type of stuff you need to do. Phil Spencer was able to do that because he understands that medium. She does not. She just wants to make quick decisions to make it look like she's going to be there to help you out. But everybody knows this is the chopping block. Everybody knows this is a bloodbath. This is a sacrifice. This is for AI. This is to give Satya back his money. This is parasocial behavior. This is cult fanatic behavior. This is the same circus clown show you've seen over and over again. Same old song, same old dance. He's making it clear.
What's more, Sharma's love of speed will run head on into the time it takes to build hit games. You can adapt business models and distribution strategies quickly. But you can't just rush out an industry-defining Elder Scrolls. Whatever plans gets put in place by Sharma's new leadership team will take 4 or 5 years to deliver. We're not going to see these changes take effect overnight. Numerous people I've spoken to at Xbox feel there's too much listening to Twitter. With the component crisis and the overall market decline in console players, why is Xbox choosing to reinvest in console? Why is that the focus? The people I spoke to have low expectations that Gears of War is going to have any real impact on hardware sales. They point out that Xbox has tried this before. They've tried to rejuvenate Halo. They've tried to rejuvenate Gears. And they tried to develop a mega game in Perfect Dark too. So what's going to be different this time? This is a quote from one studio boss. We're chasing a declining market with franchises that are past their prime. Now,
100% correct. That's why I was trying to tell people that when Gears launches, as good as it looks, I like the way it looks, but it's not in the same position as Gears of War 2 or even 3 or 1 like they were back then. Where if you would have launched that, it would have dominated in that section. Now when it launches, it has 7 other games like it launching in the same damn 2 months. Or free-to-play games coming out and gacha games at the same time too. And exclusives in the Nintendo world and stuff all in these other worlds coming out. And those type of games don't last nowhere near as long. So it's like if that game costs you $400 million plus $50 plus million for marketing, and the PlayStation port, 10, 20 million probably, and even more marketing, you're getting to the 500 million range. How are you going to make that back? That game needs to sell like 7 million copies at least. And microtransactions need to be put in there. And think about it, 70 times 7, right? That's 490 million if it sold 7 million copies. But if you conclude the early access, yeah, you'll get past 500 million. Do you think that Gears of War game is going to sell 7 million copies between PC and Xbox this year? And now you're getting past a little bit into the profit if you do that, or barely breaking even. It's tough. And you got to keep that community alive to keep making more money. While all these other games that are coming out previous to it, people are going to have enough time to play them all at once. Plus games coming out consistently after that, and GTA 6, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Phantom Blade, you know what I mean? And all the titans around it. It's like, I don't know, man. This ain't the 360 era. You have to wake up, because that world is not the dominant world anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time. Plus the new Call of Duty, all those games, they're just gonna keep dropping nonstop. Wolverine, you know what I mean? Look at September and October and August. Look how stacked it is. How is Gears gonna survive only on Xbox and PC? PC is not a Gears fanboy base. Now, they liked Halo. They'll support Gears, but I don't see PC buying 5-6 million copies of Gears. They move on very quick, too. I'm just saying, you don't want to include PlayStation and Switch, too. Stupid mistake.
I suspect there will be dissent whatever route Xbox chose to go down. There are those that are happy it's gone down to a console-first approach, and there are those that feel the third-party publisher route was the right one, a plan they'd all bought into 2 years ago. The question is, what does the leadership of Microsoft want out of Xbox? I asked another Xbox studio boss how he felt about the decisions, and he simply shrugged and said, after Activision, this is Amy Hood and Satya Nadella's Xbox now. About the decisions, and he simply shrugged and said, after Activision, this is Amy Hood and Satya Nadella's Xbox now.
AI leader. Yeah, he didn't say CEO. Asha's Xbox, said it's Satya's. I told you he was doing all this the whole time. I made my video showing you what he wants to do before that and what he's been doing. He was told that by Microsoft. Of course it's his now. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just wants to make his money back.
All these studios such as Compulsion, Ninja.
I wonder what these Xbox fanboys are going to have to say about that. We're not done here. Let's go to what Jeff Grubb has to say. So Christopher Dring just gave you inside intel. Here it is right here. Jeff Grubb confirms Dring's report.
Say that. Dring didn't just say that.
Right? I think it's an effing clown show over there right now. Interesting, huh? Look at that look. He's not lying. He's being serious. Jeff Grubb's usually on point too, always. Jeff Grubb confirmed Dring's report. Jeff Grubb, Obsidian did come up in discussion for possible closure or sale, according to internal sources he spoke with. However, he explains the confusion stems from Xbox internally changing decisions. Oh, is this anything new? Can't make up your mind? Changing all over again within hours. Whereas previously, this type of process would take weeks or even months. Just like you canceled the Gears and made an exclusive real quick. I'm gonna lie about that too, right? Yeah, they were thinking about shutting them down. Because Outer Worlds 2 failed. And you tried to put it at 80 too. And then you put it down to 70 and look at what it did. See, everybody that gets with them tanks down. This is where Xbox fanboys are slow. I try to tell you, they can't see. And I guarantee you, they were the type that thought that Christopher Dring was making up something. Why would he do that? It's pretty obvious that was true. And I said that in my other video. No, I don't think that's made up. I just think they removed it and then say that it's this and that. And this is what I mean by this company, flip-flopping, confusing, and can't do anything and be consistent in what they do. You have to really know what you're doing. If you could see, then it's easy for you to make the decision. Sure, some decisions may be tough, but do you think that Obsidian is going to make you a game that's going to sell 10 million? If you give them a Fallout New Vegas remake or Fallout New Vegas 2, you will be fine. If not, no. I don't think so. LMFO, all his contracts are either out or on their way out. He has no clue and is just trying to back up a fellow woke communist gaming journalist. He's the one that broke the Gears of War E-Day going exclusive, so he has contacts. So this guy is an absolute moron. There's a difference when you're trying to say something that actually makes sense. But when he was correct about this, and Jeff Grubb is pretty much on point and has a history about that too, and Jason Schreier is saying it's just not happening because he probably asked him, then it's pretty obvious. Paul Hosts like this guy, Warhammer, is just an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So it's pretty obvious that Christopher Dring knew what he was talking about. How are you going to say that on an accident just to make it up? No. Has he done clickbait before? Yes, but he's not making that up because it makes sense when you look at everything else and see the results of what Obsidian has been doing. Their games have not been blowing up. I told you, Microsoft wants mega hits. That's it. Easy, huge profit. Huge Fallout franchises, Elder Scrolls, Call of Duty, Halo, and Gears, which isn't going to be huge like they want it to be, but it still will be huge enough for the Xbox world. But when you think about Nintendo franchises, like that moving 20 million, like, you know, it's like 30 million. Like, you know, Microsoft's not getting those numbers. So let's go see what Jeff Grubb has to say here. Interesting stuff.
I don't like Dring didn't just say that. Like he didn't just make that. He did not make that up.
No.
And I know he didn't make that up. I've kind of, since this happened, I kind of went and looked, and it's like, yeah, that was going around.
Yeah.
Inside Microsoft. I'm not like hearing this from other reporters or anything like that. Inside of Microsoft, this was going around that something was happening there. But it's happening so fast, and we do know that it's the case over at Microsoft and Xbox right now, that they are making decisions within like a 24-hour period. And these are the kinds of decisions that previously, under the previous leadership, would have taken weeks or months. And now she's turning these things around instantaneously. And that is, you know, that you can go back to the Gears of War E-Day thing where I said that. And everyone's like, that can't be true. And I heard stories of Xbox employees leaving the Xbox mixer, which was happening at the same time that we were doing GB at Night when I said that. And they were turning to each other and going, is this true? They didn't know. It happened so fast, it did not have time to filter through that place. It sounds like things just happened very fast with Obsidian. And maybe they weren't ever like at the risk of being shut down, but I don't know if it's as clear as like they were always safe. And Jason Schreier didn't say they were always safe. He just said there's no negotiations and they're safe now. I think that it is a fucking clown show over there right now.
Yeah, 100%. I think we all know this, right? So we got our answer right there from Jeff Grubb confirming that, oh, that wasn't something that was just thrown around. It was actually something that was going to be probably put in the process. And they're like, oh, wait, no, let's not do that. Let's just wait. But that means you're not sure of them. And you're not looking at them as something you want to support in the long term. And they're not making you happy. You were thinking about getting rid of them. If you heard that at your job position, what would you feel like? You see what I'm saying? Like, this gives you the idea about something. It's not something that's made up.
I don't like Dring.
And Jeff Grubb said it. It's an effing clown show over there. It can't get more obvious than that. Are we ready for the next post? Edge Rare may be affected by Microsoft restructuring. EIC Patrick Garrett was told last night that Rare's on the chopping block. You never belonged with them to begin with. Rare belonged with Nintendo. They would even be better off with PlayStation rather than going with Microsoft. I believe their talent was wasted big time. Killer Instinct would have did much better on PlayStation. Or they should have made it go to Switch too. But no. It's funny, right? So now we got 7 companies here that are possibly going to be shut down or sold off if Microsoft can sell them. Either way, they're still getting rid of them. And it's not a question of talent. It's a question of what Microsoft wants to do with AI and the vision they see based off of the choices they made in the past. They're so much in the sinkhole that they want nothing but profit. And they want huge, fast profit. So with all these other companies, they don't want to invest into them. They don't want to subsidize either to hope for something to, you know, give them huge returns and take a gamble. Same thing with Blade, right? If they're going to do that, then what do you think about all these other games? So now Rare, it's right here in front of your face. It's on the knowledge. The gaming industry newsletter from Edge. Newsletter sent minutes ago that I can't link to, July 3rd today. But Patrick Garrett, EIC of the site, shared this on Blue Sky. Was told last night Rare's on the block. Free one for you, friends. Microsoft wants to shut down Rare or sell them off now. This is the biggest bloodbath in gaming history. We know the PlayStation drama for canceling physical disc is the biggest drama in gaming history, but Microsoft has already done that, and they've been doing that. They're far past that. They're way worse on a category that's uncomparable. And then now they're about to shut down 7 studios and fire so many people, even in other places that probably won't shut down. And look at what they already did this year, too, by getting rid of Turn 10 as well, and other aspects as well. Look at what they did last year. Look at the projects that they canceled too. Where was Perfect Dark? Where's Everwild? Where's Blade? Where was the next Forza Motorsports done? Where was that quadruple A game, right? Yeah, that's not there either. Yeah, I'll tell you, when it comes to this company, I don't know what to tell you. Where was ZeniMax's next game that Phil Spencer said, the live service game? He said it was good. They canceled it. Where was the IO Interactive game, Project Fantasy? They backed out. It's done. You think Sony's left alone now? Oh, Microsoft already passed them up. Imagine how many IPs are being canceled because they're shutting down all these studios. They were in development. Man, I'm telling you, it's embarrassing. You don't want to know. No matter how you spin it, Microsoft won't let Sony have some negative news for too long. They will consistently make sure that they're more anti-consumer and villainous. It's crazy, right? Because like you can't go one day again without Microsoft having some negative news about Xbox or something. It's crazy. But it's right here in front of you. Hardware prices up again, way more expensive than PlayStation again. Series X. Like, you know why they canceled that Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy? Because it was going to be the price of a PS5 Pro or more expensive. It's crazy, isn't it? This year is absolutely nuts. And we're seeing it all come out in front of everybody. So remember, guys, Arcane as well, right? More than 1,000 staff could lose their jobs. And we understand that Rare may be affected in any restructuring. We're going to get our answers here within the next week and across this whole entire month. That showcase that you thought the Xbox Game Showcase that they did was literally ruined in the past month. It's actually trash now. It's a mid showcase. It's all a bunch of BS. What was the point? Yeah, you got deceived. See what I mean? That's this company for you. You can't trust them. So yeah, let AGN know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. Hit that hype button. Later, y'all. Keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. As I said again, Xbox fanboys don't know what they're talking about. Definitely channels like Lamesa. Oh man, yeah. I can imagine somebody following him around, trying to learn from him. Like, oh yeah. Oh god, that's pathetic. Later.